Today we're taking a look at the 2023 Legend XR from Bear Archery. Just a reminder guys, head on over to mikesarchery.com to pick up any of our latest logo gear. We got plenty of hats and shirts, as well as any gear you might need for your next adventure. Welcome back to Mike's Archery's YouTube, and today we are looking at the new 2023 series from Bear Archery, and we have got the new Legend XR. And this is part of the Legend series from Bear, so this is going to be a pro shop bow only. You're not going to see this bow online. You're going to need to go pick this up at your Bear dealer. And as always, Bear is making all these bows right down there in Gainesville in the good old US of A. So let's take a look at some of the specs on this bow. Coming to you at a speed rating of 320 feet per second IBO with an axle to axle of 32 inches. So right there in the mid range of where everything's fallen. The overall cam to cam length is 35 3/4. And we did that measurement. The actual module sticks out just a little bit above it depending on what draw length you're in. But still coming right in at that 35.5. 35 3/4 inch from cam to cam. Now the brace height on this bow is 6 1/4 inches. So it gives you a nice forgiving platform to shoot off of. And now we pulled this bow out of the box, and we always like to look at what the real world weight is. And we noticed this year, the Bear really doesn't have an advertised weight. Well, as we pulled this out of the box, this bow comes as an RTH package, and you can pick it up as a bow only. So with everything outfitted, if you decide to go with that RTH package, with everything on it, we threw it on the scale and we got 5.6 pounds. So as an overall weight for this bow, it's really nice. In all reality, it comes in fully packaged out under the weight of some of your flagship bows, just because those bows are usually a little beefier, a little more aluminum in the riser, things of that nature, heavier components in them. Overall, if you're looking for a lightweight bow to put in your hand, as a completed out package at 5.6 pounds, this thing is nice and light to hold and shoot. Now, once we pulled all the accessories off of it, stripped it down, we got it down to 4.2 pounds with nothing on it. So again, just a really nice light platform. Going to be real easy for you to hold. Keep it full draw. It's not going to weight your arm down too much. Just a great feel. Now, one of the things about this Legend XR is it's got a ton of adjustment. And with this new cam that they put on it, you're going to be able to do a draw length adjustment all the way from 18 inches on the bottom end out to 31 inches on the top end. So they're even getting that a little bit longer draw for you guys out there if you're needing that extra inch or half inch past that 30-inch mark. On draw length, you're going to be able to get into this bow and top it out at 31. And then if you're a younger person wanting to crank the weight down or something like that, or you just got a short draw length, this bow will start you out at 18 inches. So just a really wide range to fit every archer. From there, the draw weight is very adjustable on this bow as well. You're going to be able to adjust this bow all the way down to 14 pounds on the bottom end and max it out at 70 pounds on the top end. That does vary a little bit depending on your draw length. You know, if you only have a 20-inch draw, you're not going to see that 70-pound max weight. So it does vary depending on your draw length, but quite a wide range if you're looking for something to grow with your kids, maybe a teenager that's going through some growth spurts. But if you're a grown individual and you need a bow that's going to outfit and shoot really well, this bow is still going to fit you and perform well. Now the let off on this new cam system is going to be 85%, which is a really nice high let off, going to be real comfortable and feel good in the back wall. With the new DHC-XR cam on this bow, there was some things that they redid and redesigned that kind of brought this bow and elevated it up a little bit into that Legend series. It is a hybrid cam design. So it's not a dual cam. You're going to have that single split yoke system on the top and then coming into your bottom cam. So it's not a true dual cam, but it gives it that extra performance above your single cams, getting a little more speed out of it. From there, they did all aluminum modules on the aluminum cams. And they are well marked, very well defined with large numbers, so you can really see what you're working with. All the numbers move to the same side. So from a pro shop standpoint, it's really nice to be able to see what you're working on, makes it a little easier to adjust. But also that higher end aluminum module has got a large flat spot for the cable stops, and that's going to allow to give this bow a much harder back wall and sit more solid at full draw. Now, one of the other things we noticed on this cam that was redesigned is the adjustable cable slot. So it's got 3 adjustable spots for you to move the cable, and that's going to allow you to drop the poundage on this bow significantly without losing performance. Now, a lot of times when you take some of these bows that have got a lot of adjustment and you start cranking the limb bolts out on them, they lose a lot of performance as you get to those lower weights. Everything gets a little sloppy, but Bear came along and devised a way to overcome that by putting an adjustable hole there for your cable to be able to move to 3 different positions as you kill that weight. It's going to keep the performance there, keep the feel of the draw cycle there, and just allow this bow to still have that adjustment, but great performance. Now, Bear did keep with aluminum limb pockets on this, so nice components, all aluminum riser. Just an overall great looking package with quality fittings and everything on this bow. They also kept with their KILLERwave dampener system, so you've got your rubber limb dampeners in your limbs as well as your single string stop. They're taking out the vibration throughout the shot of this bow. They also kept with the double rest holes on this bow, so you're going to be able to lock those rests in place, whatever you choose to put on it. If you don't do a package, you're going to know that that rest is always locked in place and not going to move. One of the other things we noticed was they did offer the opportunity to put on a 2-piece quiver. Now, let's face it, 95-98% of you guys out there are going to stay with a 1-piece quick detach quiver regardless of what you put on this bow. But if you're that Western guy or somebody that just doesn't like to take your quiver off, they've put those triangle holes in this riser where you are able to use one of the Trophy Ridge 2-piece quivers, as well as some other 2-piece quivers out there that use that triangle bolt mount. So let's talk about some of the accessories that come in this package. Now, you're able to pick this bow up as a stripped down bow only if you want to outfit it however you want. But if you're the guy that's looking for a package, be able to walk in with everything on it straight from Trophy Ridge, not a lot of decisions to be made to put on this Bear bow, then they've got an RTH package set up for you. It's going to come with their new Fatal 4 sight, which is a new redesigned, really nice 4-pin polymer sight with a light. From there, you're going to get the new upgraded V-biscuit on this bow. So that's going to allow you to use any size arrow and not have to worry about getting different size biscuits. It's holding up well, shooting well. Same general purpose as the original Whisker biscuit, just in that triangle form. From there, you're going to get a 5-arrow 5-spot quiver from Trophy Ridge, as well as their new redesigned Trophy Ridge stabilizer. It's a nice 5-inch stabilizer or so. Going to take some shot out of the bow, but nothing special there, just a basic stabilizer in this kit. Also going to come from the factory with your D-loop and your peep already installed, so you just need to make a couple adjustments on your draw length, maybe move the peep where it needs to be, check some little tuning things, and you're ready to go with this bow right out of the box. From there, they gave a pretty extensive color palette depending on what you choose. Now, Bear did something we hadn't seen in a while. Depending on whether you buy this bow as a package or a bow only will depend on whether you are able to get this bow in certain colors. So let's start with the bow only. If you head into your shop and you want to pick up just the Legend XR and outfit it the way you want with no accessories on it, then this bow is going to be available in the olive color in right-handed only. You're going to be able to pick it up in the new stone color, as you can see here, and that's going to be available in right hand or left hand. You're also going to be able to pick it up in a full Fredbear camo, which has been a really cool throwback camo that they've had for the last couple years. You're also going to be able to pick this up in the throwback green, which gives you the Fredbear limbs with the green riser. And then you can also pick this bow up in the mossy oak bottomlands in a right-handed version only. A lot of color options there, and that throwback bottomlands has become pretty popular. So if that's something you're looking for, you're going to need to pick this bow up in those colors and then outfit it with the accessories that you want. Now, if you are wanting to get this in the RTH package, it comes in a couple different colors that are not available as a bow only, and then also some colors that it is. So there's only 4 options if you pick it up in a package. First of all, if you're wanting a camo version, you're going to be able to get the RTH package in a Veil Whitetail. You're also going to be able to get this bow in their Inspire. Now, that was a color they came out with last year, I believe, and it's kind of a teal blue accent with black accents on it. So it's a combination of that teal blue and black. Looks really good. A lot of the ladies like that, some of the kids. It's just a really pretty color, and you're going to be able to pick that package up in right-handed only. They're also going to offer the olive in a right-handed only package. You're also going to be able to get the new stone color in the RTH package, right hand or left hand. So depending on if you're a lefty, you're going to get left out on a few colors. But if you're right-handed, you're just going to have to choose what color you go with here, depending on whether you want a package or a bow only. Now, this bow is coming in at a nice midline price point. It is not a high-end bow, so if you're that guy that's looking for something just to get in the woods and not break the bank, you're going to be able to pick this Legend XR up for $459.99 as a stripped-down bow only. And then if you want the RTH package, an extra $100 will get you there at $559.99. So overall, some great features and just a really nice shooting bow for a great price point, whether you go with the bow only or if you choose to go with the RTH package. So from here, we're going to step over to the lane, and shoot this bow, give you kind of a breakdown of where the speeds lie on this bow, as well as the noise rating and just overall feel of how this bow shoots. As usual, we will be shooting it at 70 pounds on 29-inch draw length with a 400 grain arrow to start with at that 85% let off. So we step back here to the lane with the Legend XR, and we're going to shoot a few arrows over the chronograph, kind of give you a breakdown of where this bow falls as far as the speeds and of course the noise rating from this bow. So as usual, we'll be shooting this bow at 29-inch draw length at 70 pounds and 85% let off. And we'll start with the 400 grain arrow and then give you the breakdown of what the other speeds came out at. So let's see what this bow puts up. All right, so with the 400 grain arrow, you got 282 feet per second. So really coming out of this bow, pretty nice speeds. And as we dropped it down to a 350 grain arrow, we just couldn't break that 300 mark, but we did get 299. So really posting up some pretty good speeds out of a bow that's only got a 320 IBO on it. Now as we weighted it up and gave a heavier arrow at 450 grains, it dropped down to 265. And then as we went to the 500 grain arrow, it dropped down to 257 feet per second. So really staying fairly efficient once it got pretty heavy. It didn't lose a whole lot between that 450 and 500. But overall, some great speeds out of a mid-price point bow. So from there, let's see what it put up for a noise rating. So coming in at 98.1 decibels, most certainly not the quietest bow we've shot, but as you're shooting it here, it's got a good sound. It doesn't sound loud at all. You know, it's towards the upper end of what we're testing with everybody else's, so, you know, it's falling right in there with what we would expect. Now from there, the draw cycle with this hybrid cam feels pretty nice. It comes over, rolls over. It's fairly close to the feel of even the EKO cam. It's not quite that smooth, but as it drops off with that 85% let off, it rolls into that really nice, really easy, no drop off at the back end. And that 85% let off is definitely helping that. But overall, from start to finish, very smooth draw cycle. That extra wide cable stop on the module gives it a nice solid back wall. And as long as you keep this thing in time, it's a little tuning issues. This thing's going to sit really well in your hand, be solid on the back wall. You're going to be able to pull through that shot quite nice. Now, as far as the after shot on this bow, it is dead in the hand. And, you know, I wouldn't necessarily put it against a flagship bow, but frankly, it doesn't have hardly any vibration and feels really great. And that thin grip that they've got on there that they've had for the last several years sits in your hand nicely. It's a nice aluminum grip. Not going to have a lot of torque in it. Overall, just a great feeling bow. And I think they've got a real winner and a shooter here. So if it's something that you're looking for in a mid-price point bow and you want to have something a little different, maybe something with some adjustment depending on what you're needing, also may help the resale value if you're needing to fit somebody else as you're passing it on in a few years to one of your kids or somebody else. There's just a lot of features packed into this new Legend XR that you need to check out. And for a mid-price point bow, it's something that Bear is definitely competing in the market with. So go check out the new Legend XR from Bear. And if you're in the need for one, give us a call at Mike's Archery and we will get you set up.